because I think some people felt like the same thing we were saying about the Ravens, like, oh, they're not winning the Super Bowl this year. And me included, felt that same way about the Chiefs through 4 weeks of the NFL season. They obviously dominate the Ravens, 37 points, offense clicking, defense clicking. Do we think the Chiefs are back to being the favorites to go back to the Super Bowl? Do we think really the question is, are the Chiefs that we know and love, are they back? Are you confident they're back after 4 weeks of the season, after that, display against the Ravens?
No, after 4 weeks, they are not back. They will be back, though, once Rashee Rice get back, and that will be their full complement of weapons. From then on, obviously, we see what they did without Rashee Rice. They still had Xavier Worthy. The check on Hunt seemed to be doing well for them, and they let Rashad Smith get some touches. And Travis Kelce, who plays well against the Ravens, but he also looked a little bit different due to there being more space, because you got to pay attention to Tyquan Thornton, you got to pay attention to Worthy, you got to pay attention to Hollywood Brown. So that gives more space for Travis Kelce, at his slower, older age. So it's easier for him to work that middle of the field. So everything looks to be complementary pretty much so far. Once Rasheed gets back, they should look good. They always had a good defense. Just took a little while to get settled, get right. This is a perfect past 2 weeks just to build up. Got a game against the Jags. We'll see what it looked like then against them and the Lions. But after Rasheed Rice get back, I pretty much think they'll be back to what they were doing. That's all they needed. I guess that's what we were saying the whole time. They just needed at least one weapon. Now they have one weapon. They will get two back, so they should be good. In terms of Super Bowl contenders, I don't think they're going to win the Super Bowl. But if you had to ask yourself right now, who in the AFC do you trust right now at this moment to get back to the Super Bowl, you would have to lean on the team that has been doing it for the past 5 of 7 years. There's literally been the Chiefs. You could say the Bills, but come to postseason, if the Bills play the Chiefs, 9 times out of 10 you're going to pick the Chiefs. Chargers, they haven't shown you anything in the playoffs to think that they could go head to head with the Chiefs and beat the Chiefs or knock off the Bills or whatever the case may be. They have trouble with Texans and Jags. So you can't. They'll be stepping up weight class and doing something we never seen them do. Ravens, we never seem to put it together in the postseason. Never could win consecutive games, so it would be hard. And they pretty much have two boogeymen, sort of speak, in the playoffs between the Bills and the Chiefs. They just haven't beat either of those teams consistently. So yeah, the Chiefs have to be the favorite. You had to close your eyes and pick one and be the Chiefs.
The Bills. I think the Bills look better right now. But that's neither here nor there. This is the first game this season where the Chiefs, I think, actually look like the Chiefs, and they're not even at full strength whatsoever right now. I think that when they get Rashee Rice back, pairing with Xavier Worthy and Tyquan Thornton and Hollywood Brown, their offense is going to be extremely dynamic. They're already a top 5 offense in terms of EPA per play without those guys. So if they can continue getting healthy and throwing the ball deep and just being an explosive running offense, their ceiling is winning another Super Bowl. I really think it is. The defense has came along these last 2 weeks. They look amazing against one of the best offenses in the entire NFL last week. So that was an encouraging sign. And they're a top 5 rushing team right now in terms of EPA per play. And I think that stat line and the fact that they've had success on the ground over the last 2 games may cause them not to trade for a running back, but they definitely should. They had 118 yards against the Ravens. They had, I think, 105 or something like that against the Giants, and they don't run the ball a lot, so that's why it's not going to be as far as totals. It's not going to be crazy, but they are the 3rd best team in the league in terms of EPA per rush. So,
heavily skewed by Patrick Mahomes' scrambles, but neither here nor there.
I wonder if that definitely could be in there for sure. Yeah, they should definitely shout something that separates that. Let me see.
It's hard to because especially when it comes to run games with scrambling quarterbacks, with the Commanders last year, how people say, their run game was great. Their running game wasn't great. They had a quarterback that could run. You know what I'm saying? So his scrambling takes adds to the rushing game. They're
I'll,
not really.
I'll look at like where like Pacheco is and he paid for rush and where what's his name?
Kareem.
EPA per rush. Pacheco 31st. I don't even see Patrick Mahomes on here.
He'd be near the top.
That dude 31st, bro. It's crazy. Hold on. No, I know Pacheco had already started off really bad. I don't think Mahomes got enough rushes to qualify. But yeah. That might be true that Mahomes production on the ground is screwing that. But I do think over the last two games they've had really, really good rushing games, for sure. Which going to be helping that as well. But the Chiefs, that was the first game in a while actually that they look like the Chiefs. So that's an encouraging sign. I think I definitely counted them out too quickly. Because obviously they have some holes still. Like the running game, I'm not gonna say it's good. Still, it's not good, despite what the stats say. The defense definitely have looked good over the last 2 weeks, but prior to that, they were not the greatest. I mean, they were good against the Eagles.
Good against the Eagles.
Yeah, they were good against the Eagles, but everybody has been good against the Eagles this year. Like honestly, so. I mean, I can't really weigh that, like, to be honest. But stopping the Ravens for sure, though, is they're one of the best offenses in the league. That's definitely impressive. So the Chiefs, I think, are rounding back into form. They project them to the rest of the year. If Worthy can come back and be the level of receiver that he was before he went down, just a targets merchant, like not merchant, but like you can pepper him with targets and he'll be fine. He'll produce. Having him and Worthy, that's just very dynamic. Not the greatest wide receiver duo ever, but with Hollywood Brown in the aggregate and Tyreek Thornton in the aggregate, that's like probably a top 12 receiving room, I would say. If everybody's healthy and playing at the level that they can, that's one of the better ones in the league. Like it's better, definitely above average.